This is the US dollar index right here. Okay, guys, let's start now. Is around 3:37. The 7 minutes that we always wait every day after the to start the seminar. Now, this is the US dollar index in a 1 hour chart. Forget about the rest. All you care now is the dollar index from here to here. Forget about the daily, the weekly. This is all you care. Of course, it is possible to count this as a phi, but I have to admit it. The only way that you can count it as a phi is with an extended wave phi, when you count like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, that's very questionable. I know a big fan of an extended wave phis in Elliott Wave because they are tricky, but they are part of the deal, and then you have to admit it. If you take a look at the RSI, you are able to see that the high is the high right here. So this is either a 5-way move with an extended wave phi, or this is nothing more than a 3-way move. And you have to take it as it is, as a 3-way move. It can be a trap in the dollar as of right now. Now, if you downgrade the RSI a little bit, the RSI a little bit, and let's put it on the 13-minute chart, the first things that you're going to see from the lows is that wave 1 ended right here. Let me see. Yeah, wave 1 ended right here, and you got the 2, and you see a minimum divergence here. Now, from here, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, you see divergence, and then that give you 1, 2, 3 complete swing. That's why I still considering the extended wave phi, because my RSI in the short time frame is calling for 3 swing. Now, if you take a look from here onto here, you don't see divergence. That makes me to believe in two things. Either it's a subdivision right here, but I don't see it either. I see a little divergence right here, a little bit of divergence. So that can be the case, and that can be, look, no, there is no divergence. Right there, let me see, 80.92, 80.97, there is no divergence on this move. You got divergence on the first two, and you don't got, because no matter if it's an extended phi or a regular phi, the 5th way should give you divergence. And it looks like the 303 happened here or here. Let me go a little small. And you see that from here, right here, you got 76.66. Right here, you got 72.82. Well, there is divergence right here in the small time frame. But well, like the message is that you can separate it in 3 cycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there is divergence in each one of the 3 cycles. And that can make the case for being a 5 ways with an extended phi. I can take that. I've been labeling like that. Saying I've been labeling like that. I have to laugh because Louis, he changed the name on the sky every day to make sense with something that happened. Now he say, I hate the Bernanke, something like that. Well, right here you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with an extended one. When you see that, always gonna create confusion to you. Always. You're always gonna, it's nature. I'm a believer in the RSI, and the thing is this. I was explaining DV one thing. Where the standard is either the 1 or the third, most of the time is when you get divergence on the 5. When the 5 is the standard, what's going to happen is that the wave 3 or 5 is the biggest momentum of the move. And then there is when you're going to have the issue with the RSI. Now, look at the 30-minute. It counts pretty well with a huge divergence, which is telling me that I see it as a 5, to be honest with you. That I'm not 100% favoring, I would say 99%, but like a trader that has seen it, almost everything here, I went to my biggest ally, which is the market correlation. Now, on the market correlation, let me put the line. This is the dollar right here. Now, if you take a look around the market, personally myself, I'm always looking at the CAD, the dollar, oil, S&P as a risk assets, and the euro in some degrees. But for me, the S&P, the dollar, the 10-year bonds, and oil and copper are very indicator of when the market is going to go. When I say S&P, it can be Dow Jones, NASDAQ, whatever, one of those major indices. Now, this is the dollar with a questionable 5. Then you get back here and you add oil. 1 second. You add oil in black, and then what you got in oil is that oil, remember, this, let me put the 60-minute chart, the dollars ideally create a secondary bottom here. Oil is being sideways correcting. I mean, it's very hard to count this imported from here and in oil. So oil, it needs minimum a new high before creating what I can call a bottom or a top or a secondary top. If you take a look at oil, look, dollar top, oil bottom. And then look at oil, 3 swing, and this one is sideways and the dollar is getting strong. That's very weird. Yeah, oil is going down corrective, which telling me that there should be continuation to the upside, but the dollar is going higher. So one of the two is cheating, in my view. One of the two is cheating. Now, I don't want to be like playing contrarian with a huge move that can be taking place on the dollar. I just want to look at it with a different angle, not with that bullishness that many can look at it. Now, oil doesn't tell me anything. Oil is telling me that minimum is going to make a new high, and then it can go lower, like the dollar can make this and then come higher. Now, let's take oil out of the trade, and let's put the S&P. Look, you can count a questionable S&P is a green, oil, dollar is a black. You can count a questionable 5-way move in the dollar, but you cannot do that in the S&P. S&P is a 3-way move without question. Let me put the S&P on candles. Let me take the dollar. Let me show you the S&P on candle. Let me go some more, 60 minutes. And there is no way in this world that you can count the S&P in a 5-way move. S&P is 1, 2, 3. It's a 3-way move. Now, I have, out of the major indices of risk, I have the S&P so far denying a 5-way move, so nothing say that the S&P create a secondary top right here. Nothing. And I have oil also denying it. You keep going and you can find, so trying to find the answer around the market. All you guys agree that this is a 3-way move, right? On the S&P. No way that that's a 5. Look. Yeah, because give me the RSI of the dollar. I cannot use it here. But, well, this is a 3-way move on the S&P. No question. Let me take the S&P out. Let me put the euro. The euro, it dropped also in a questionable 5-way move like the dollar. You can say 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3. You can put this as a triangle, and then from there you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 with an extended 5 within an extended 5. Now, if you put the euro like the dollar, okay, Luis, I mean, if you put the RSI, again, sorry, can you use it? I keep forgetting. It's going to give you no divergence in an hour. If you go 30 minutes, it's going to give you divergence. So, technically, the euro doesn't say anything. I check almost every US dollar, every currency against the dollar, and I draw the conclusion that the key to the move is the dollar CAD. Why? Because the only pair, let me take the euro out. The only pair that you cannot label as, an extended 5 is the dollar CAD. The dollar CAD did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3 did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or a next here, and then it did right here also a 5-way. If you take the Fibos, it didn't reach the 2618, but it bounced hard here from the 3802. So that's why this one you means, right? Yeah, it's a 3 ways. Yeah, right here is a 3 ways. That's a 3 ways. That's what you mean, right? Yes. Now, as a trader, what am I doing? I'm waiting for a new high in the CAD to confirm the dollar buyers. Otherwise, guys, I gotta be honest with you guys. You guys need to start thinking that this is a trap on the dollar, in my opinion. Because CAD denying the 5, S&P denying a 5, oil questionable. Why you have? And then you have a 5 on the dollar. All you have is a questionable 5 on the dollar. Now, on the biggest picture, how you can look at it? You can look at it on the dollar like this. You can do it if you go to the 8-hour chart on the 8-hour chart, you can take a look and believe that maybe this move in the dollar, this is a three-way, and this is going to be 1, 2, 3. That's maybe. If you take the Fibos from the previous move, like the euro is around the 50%, and maybe it's going to do something like this and going to move right here. But I'm not sure 100% on the dollar move right there. Listen, it's not because I want to play contrarian or anything. That's what the market is telling me. The market, the correlation as of right now is not confirming the dollar strength. Yeah, that it can get strong, yes, but no in some degrees like we are expecting. Now, a move to the new high in the dollar CAD is gonna be the perfect scenario, because that's gonna take, everything is questionable. House is questionable. Everything is questionable with the dollar. Dollar CAD is the only one that is not questionable. So let's wait for the dollar CAD and see how it reacts. We're expecting dollar strength in the dollar for the next 4 or 5, 7 hours. We're expecting dollar strength on the dollar, and we're expecting the dollar to make a move in a big way, like something from the high. Let me put it here. We're expecting something like 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 trade to this top right here, 77.40, and then let's see if that strength on the dollar makes the case for the fifth way on the CAD. That would make me, that was gonna be pretty good for us. But that's what I see, guys. I'm sorry, that's what I see. I don't see S&P also now making a 5-way. Now, it can be a nest, no in the dollar. It can be a nest in the CAD. It can be a nest on the S&P. But that's another part of the question. Which nest? Because it's very big, and I always say this market, they are amazing, and every day they surprise the traders in some degrees. This looks like and I'm going to show you now the individual chart. This is a well-defined wave 3, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is the low, and then if you take the measure, it went to the 4.236. I was expecting a new low today in the S&P. It's not happening. So you got to start looking like, you got to start looking like, what's going on here? I don't know. I don't think that anybody here, the dollar, I can take it. But the S&P is very clear this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That path right there is very clear. And then you have 1, 2, 3. This is too big already. It looks like too big in time, no in price. In price is okay because it's at the 3802. But it's taking too big. Wave 2 didn't took that long to be completed. So that's what I see there. Now, if we're going to take a look at the S&P as an individual chart, one second. Again, same chart right here, and then you guys can see now the RSI. The low is the low, and there is no extended fire in this case. Because I can look to the other side when I see an extended fire with the RSI, but the S&P, there is no extended 5. The S&P is a well-defined 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well-defined structure. This for me is a three-way move so far, in my view. So that's what I have to tell you guys about the correlations of the market that we always cover. Another thing is look at the oil trade as an individual pair, and you guys can see that, look, it's not breaking lower. Oil is very strong. And you got to keep with this count, because this is, unless you're calling a truncation, and within the truncation, you're going to say that this is 1, but this is almost 100% retracement. This looks more bullish than this looks bearish. You know what I mean? So maybe this is the case, and we're going to get another high in oil. I was thinking that that's very possible. Also, I was thinking about ABC, W, S, ABC with more risk to come. Because we take a look at the US dollar pair, at the dollar, I'm sorry. Look, this can be instead of 1, 2, right, like it is right here. This can be A. This can be B. And then we can do a C-way high favoring the dollar. That's why I want my dollar CAD to make a new high. It looks like it's going to make it. Why? Because, and that's the case, I know that the 3 backs, you can buy it in the dollar with all you got. Because minimum, a C-way you're going to get. Now, let's move to copper. I want to show you something in copper. Copper did a 5-way swing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is telling me that sooner or later, risk aversion is going to take over the market. Because after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's going to do this, and it's going to draw lower, either in an S-way or the beginning of the new trend, both away. That's what copper is telling me. You take a look, I'm calling, let me contract a bit. I'm calling this as a 3-way move. No, I need to go to the daily. 1 second. For me, copper is correcting the move that started here. And then that's the case. We haven't not even reached the 50% retracement, which also can make the case for A, B, C, W, S, A, B, C. And that's going to make the case for the dollar to get into the double zigzag or an ending diagonal if we take a look to the different scenarios that we are presenting, or the triangle, or something more compressed if you take a look only at copper. Because for me, this is nothing more than 1, 2, 3. Now, can be the case also that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and make a fifth swing, a 5 swing right here to the down, a 5th swing to the downside. So, but all you need to care now in copper is that there is 5 swing from here, and at least a continuation in 3 ways should happen. And that make the case for every risk pair to minimum make the case. We would like to see the dollar CAD make it the 5th way. Any questions so far, guys? I hope you guys understand the whole thing, because sometimes is very compressed. Okay, no question? Let's keep moving then. Now, let's move on to the individual pairs. Let me switch for a second the E signals. It's very, it's amazing. Maybe cable is on that. Maybe what we got in the top is A within the E way. Who knows? But if the cat makes a new low, a new high, it's for sure that we should get at least another leg for strength like we saw this early on the week on the dollar. One second. Let's wait for the pairs. Exactly. Now, let's start with the dollar. At the euro dollar, and I want you guys to understand one thing. This is our principal count on the euro dollar. This is our principal count. Now, we're calling this the top of the E way, right? We got 3, A, B, C, D, E. But this E way can go from here, or this way E way can go and do this. Test the trend line, something like that, around 133, 134, and bounce higher to here and then drop from there. That's another scenario. That's the scenario that I'm trying to explain with the dollar, that can be the case easily. It's very powerful. It's very strong. We can call it whatever we want. But a new low, a new high on the dollar cat, we make a huge favor to the dollar. Otherwise, you need to look at it like I've been telling you, that there can be the possibility of this happening. And only, and then this can be the case. Like I said, guys, you see, nothing is easy nowadays with this market, because I expect you guys to understand what I mean, that I'm trying to make the sense, because it needs to be a sense within the market. Now, the euro in the 1 hour, the same either this is to be a 4, but well, if it makes a new low, who say no? I'm labeling both the scenarios, like I say here, like either a 3-way or 1, 2, like I say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, a 4, and then an S to the downside. Is dropping from the 38 or 2, or this move right there to the pit. It's dropping from there to the pit. But what worries me a little bit is that the decline also, the decline from there lose corrective. One second. This decline lose corrective from the high. The first move out of the high all right, okay, this decline from the high, that's all you need to worry about it. It looks like a three-way from here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a big way, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you place the RSI on top on it, one second, let me put it on the 60 minutes. And you guys gonna see what I mean. I mean, it gives you divergency all over, saying that this is the lowest read. This is a 3. It didn't reach a big way, so that's very right there, very suspicious in some degrees. But I don't know. It doesn't look as important to me. I don't know. It's very, I have to look at it a little bit longer. But it looks, the biggest correction is on the middle, if you can take here. And then important to that is that, look, there is no divergence only in the 1 minute. But this high right here is the 76.4 to the pit. Look, to the pit right there. So that's telling me now this recovery also is a three-way. That recovery also looks like a 3 to the upside, even though you see 5 swings. Everything is, look, the high is the high. So the most likely path is that we're going to get something on the euro, something like this. From here to the equal legs that comes, believe it or not, guys, that equal legs is the same level of the 618 of the whole three ways here. So that's going to be a place when there's going to be a lot of buyers later on today, around 36.90 area. They're going to be buyers there for sure. It's going to be buyers there. So I'm planning maybe to send a buy order right there against the low, because I don't know. I got that feeling that, but this is a three-way. From the lows, it's a three-way. Even though you get divergence on this one, but this divergence is within, I believe, within this one. No, and you go a little bigger, you shouldn't get divergence right there. But who knows? There is nothing wrong with a questionable 5 take along. Now, the low, this low is the 50% retracement of the whole move and the 618% retracement to the pit of the previous. So some people will play in the next right here. That's why you see a bounce from that area. All right? So that's what we look in the euro. I would be surprised if I see the euro making a new low here. So it's a very touchy market. That's what I can tell you guys. Very iffy market right there, if you want to call it like that. That's for the euro. Now, the CAD, like I explained, now I can go and trace fibers and everything because It's not the other chart. The cat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. It collects to the decline right here, to the 3802, and should be expecting a move to the upside. If it keep going lower, the only bullish count possible is 1, 2, 1, 2. Usually second nest do not go to that high like a 2%. When it's nesting, it goes nesting from the equal legs, top the 1.236 of the first one. So let's hope and pray that we make a new high in CAD, so in some degree the market clarify the intention right there. Now, the rest of the pairs, this is another thing that is telling me something. This is the euro pound. The euro pound did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You put the RSI on it, you're going to see the divergence on the fifth move, which is telling me that most likely we're going to see continuation to the downside unless this is A, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you get a flat. Unless. Otherwise, you're going to see continuation to the downside. So technically speaking, right there, that's the only fight, a clear fight that you get on the euro, as a group. Now, let's take the Singapore dollar, another dollar pair. This one is one of the fewest that you can say it did a clear fight. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. This one gives me some deal of confidence. I mean, it gives me a degree of confidence that, yeah, it's also like the dollar. That's a good point, Dina. As a dollar, is also the 50% retracement of the whole move. Yeah. Now, right here, this is telling me that there is going to be continuation. Now, you guys need to remember, not everything needs to be a 5. If the dollar is going to correct higher in 3 ways, do not need to be a 535. It can do a 535, 3 lowers, and another, like a double zigzag. So keep that in mind. The Singapore dollar looks like a 5. The Norwegian krone, same case as a dollar. Only an extended 5 makes the case for a real 5 move. The rest is a 3-way move. Do not have divergence in a 1 hour. Now, let's move on to the Aussie and the New Zealand. Okay, Aussie also very questionable. Everything is questionable. As big as the move is, everyone is questionable because of the standard 5. Only the Singapore dollar and the dollar CAD, they are not in the standard 5 group. I want you guys to understand. You can label Aussie like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that's going to need 2 more lows. Or you can label it as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with an extended wave 5. RSI is telling you that only the standard 5. The same thing. Even the New Zealand. New Zealand did a clear 5 ways. Look, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and extended wave 3, wave 5 of 3, it did. Right here, it did a wave 4 to the 23.6 right there to the pit, and one more low to complete 5 waves. So New Zealand with a 5, look, wave 3 of 3, wave 4, now one more low to complete this move, and then a risk should trade higher. You see how this is the 3 of 3 with an extended 5. Look at the RSI. You got the lower momentum here, and then you got the 3 of 5 here, and now you're going to get the third divergence right here. Now, taking a look at New Zealand, in an hour, is confirming also this is a 5-way move. That's a 5. I mean, New Zealand, Singapore, those are 5-way move. Look, right here, you say, okay, this can be a trap. I don't see it as a trap. I see it, to be honest with you guys. Let me see where the New Zealand is in the 4 hours, right here. This move had nothing to do with this one right here, in my opinion. No, even a flat. Let's say that you call this A, and then you can say 3, 3. No. This is a new move, and New Zealand you should do this, which is supporting in some degrees the case for Aussie Winnex and CAD strength. So New Zealand is a good supporting point. I mean, New Zealand doesn't correlate that much with the dollar like the CAD doing it, like the CAD does, and that's the reason we would like to see the CAD. Now, cable also comes within that idea of an extended fry. When you have 1, 2, a triangle 4, and an extended 5. No divergence, of course, in the 60-minute, in the 30, but I don't know for what reason I see the congestion here, and I don't see any big correction here that is telling me that it can be a 3-way move. I like it more like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and an extended 5. But I know that I don't have any single pit of divergence. So technically, it's it's being a big move in the market. I understand that. But technically, it's not as clear as we would like to see. So all you need to do is wait, see the recovery, because I know that the whole world is going to be selling the euro around 139, 140 right there. But that's what I see, guys, around the market. My opinion is, in some degrees, is better way to see if the CAD makes the move. If the CAD makes the move, that's going to be the final confirmation. I don't like the idea that oil is not dropping. I don't like the idea that the S&P is denying the 5th way. I mean, that's a fact right there. It's not as clear as at 600. I seen, in the case of the euro, I seen 600 peaks drop being reversed in a bit, and a strong move being reversed very fast. Look, strong move, reverse it. Strong move, reverse it. And a strong move, reverse it. Now, I suspect, to be honest with you, that the worst case scenario on the euro is this one. Like I say, I suspect, and that's why we put in here W all over, because I suspect that the worst case scenario in the euro is this one. That's the worst case, in my opinion, within the euro. It's going to trade to around 134, and then bouncing higher. That's, I believe, is the worst case. I don't think, come on, if I see this move being reversed completely to the new high, that's going to be one of the most amazing swings I have seen in almost 11 years of trading. This swing, and now reversing higher, that's brutal. Don't you guys agree? That's very brutal right there. So I would go with this path. I would go with this path as a favorite path, but not with this one, because then, guys, you put things in my mouth. I would go with this until here. From here, if it happen, happen. If you know, doesn't happen. You agree with me, my Mr. DB? That's the way that you guys should look at it, guys. Same with Aussie and everything. So that's the worst case scenario. I would be shocked if I see a new high happening from here. But don't say, I mean, it's unbelievable. But, well, never say never. Don't you guys learn it already? DB is typing the same things. You have to learn it, guys. It's very hard, but well, that's hard. That's the profession that we have. I mean, no, not really. You got a three-way move, another questionable three-way move, and higher. I remember for the old guys that have been with us for a while, I think that, what was the move? 1 second, guys. I think it was this one that everyone was screaming the euro lower. And I was saying, yeah, why no? And I was saying, it's going to reverse. It's going to reverse. And nobody believed me. DB knows about it because he knows that I can smell it. I can smell it. Unfortunately, it's unbelievable. I don't want to get into that because, I mean, I don't want to get into that. Because every time that I remember that I was buying the euro here, that I was buying the euro here, looking for this move, and we missed it. Makes me so mad. And then that I've been saying over the month that 142.50 is going to top it. And we buy it here, and we missed it. But well, that's like I told Dina yesterday. That won't be the first, it won't be the last. I really believe that we have another high here. But well, nothing that you can do about it. So technically, I believe that this is the worst case scenario in any pair. The New Zealand is confirming that. And then maybe pairs like Aussie, yeah, I covered euro pound already, yes. I covered for you again, 1 second. Maybe Aussie is going to do A. It did 5 ways as clear as a water. It did A, B, C, there was K, and this is A, or 1 into an ending diagonal. Can be many things in Aussie and every pair. I don't see this as a 5 to the top. I see all those move like a tree. Look, no divergence. The dollar decline from the top of the summer or the top of September was a three-way move. I got no question in my mind. The euro recovery from 31 to 42 was a three-way move. So, like I say, worst case scenario in the euro is this is the worst case in the euro. I'm going to repeat it back again. That we are A, B, C, W, and then we're going to test the trend line around 134 right here and going back to 145 in a triangle C of E and then drop. That can be part of the worst case scenario, or this scenario also is possible. Everything is possible yet. This one is possible. That this top right here is here, and then we're going to go higher. Everything is in place because of the three-way or the nature of the move. If I saw 5 clears way, but well, that do not matter now. What it matters is that this move should have a continuation to the downside, in my humble opinion. Now, the euro pound, 1 second. Euro pound did a 5-way move, like I was saying, from the secondary top. And from here did a 5-way move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Divergence even in an hour. Right here, divergence even in an hour. And then, if you're going to go to the 4-hour chart, the only possible scenario, this is telling me that this is what's going to happen. And then it's going to create W because of the 5-way move. The only, and I say never, is that this is A, and then this B, this become B with a flat right here. But I would say that this is the case, that we have A right here already. The euro pound, the New Zealand, the Singapore dollar is telling me that we have another continuation within the risk of trade, in my opinion. So that's how to see it. Now, S&P worry me a little bit, not seeing the S&P making 5. And then you got to get back to the S&P then. And I'm going to tell you guys, you need to, if the S&P do not make the 5, you need to start looking at discount as a possible also. Between you and me, guys. If 5 ways are not make it from here, this can be in place. You know what I mean, Isa, right? Easily, that can be in place. Don't get surprised. Because I don't see it. Well, I don't care about it. I care less. Be honest with you. No, that's not 5 ways. Where you say? Right here? It looks like, but remember, this is very questionable here, and then you can move this A here and make it flat as a B wave easily. Yeah. Remember, in Elliott Wave, guys, until you see 5 ways, nothing. You can have the stronger move. People get confused when they see a strong move. A strong move doesn't mean that it's impulse. It means they have momentum, That doesn't mean that it's imposed. 5 ways are the key for everything. Listen, again, Stevie, let me be clear about it. We are favoring the dollar move. At least in 3 ways. But the S&P has not make 5 ways. Until S&P doesn't make me 5 ways, I know. I said until S&P doesn't make me 5 ways, I will need to start looking the other way around. Yeah, from here is a 3 ways textbook. So far it's a 3. Maybe it's next, maybe it's gonna nest, but as a service, I mean, I saw an article today, and that I saw is so responsible from Elliott Wave International when they say 300 points on recovery in the S&P, they have gone nowhere. And I was thinking, why these people talking about it? Nothing has said that this is the top in the S&P. Nothing. That it dropped hard? Of course it does. It did drop hard. But nothing. But our preferred count is not this one. Our preferred count is the dollar nesting. Our preferred count is the euro and the E-way on the triangle, the more aggressive one, because we know as an Elliott Wave agent, at least a C-way should happen. Want to be clear about it. And then cable, the same way, because I don't want to create confusion. Cable maybe is going to do this, guys. On the E-way, now we got A, we got B, and we got C. Now, cable is being the most clear structure in the market since possible 2009. So what I can tell you guys is this. As far as this trend line hold in cable, you have to be bullish. The dollar in the weekly and the monthly chart. That's all I can tell you. Now, maybe that's the path in cable, and then the dollar is gonna go, the euro dollar is gonna go to 145, 146. That's all I can tell you. So far, the decline on the advance on the dollar has not told me anything. The only thing that is telling me is a possible, and I want to buy the dollar. You guys knew that we buy the dollar today, and we have another trade buying the dollar, and we're going to send another one in the New Zealand, because we are not afraid to trade. Only that we don't get the strong buyers or other things. And I'm a dollar bull. I want you guys to understand that. I've been telling TV all day, but I'm not bragging about it. Any question, guys, about any pair? I want you guys to get the message that we believe that a continuation within the dollar strength is going to happen. You need to attack it. You need to buy it, thinking first like we do. Today we buy. This is how you trade it, guys. I want you guys to be, you guys do not need the trades from Elliott Wave to make money. You guys can make money. Like I told Dina today. I'm sorry, Dina, to put it as an example. Only because he did a buy, he buy the euro, sorry again. Yesterday here, he did a good trade. And that's great. That's what everyone should be doing. Get the charge to locate the possible trend, and you make your own decision. I mean, we knew when I saw the drop right here today, and when I saw this side of this move, I knew all over that I was playing a big way, most likely. But doesn't mean that you have to close the trade. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, guys? Do not mean that I have to close the trade. That only means that as a waiver, you know where you're playing with it. I knew that was very, very difficult, that this is going to break up on the fifth wave. That's why we took profit. Why? Because you got to be smart in this market. And we put the note that we say that we're going to do intraday trades. Because I knew when I saw the 5-minute chart, I knew that the decline was questionable. The biggest correction is on the middle, right here, look. And you got almost 2 equal legs. It looks corrective, right there. So at that moment on, I was telling DV on the other line, said, DV, we need to take profit. Why? Because we knew that this, and then the meaning that this went back and got stopped at the 76.4 right there by the pit is telling me that most likely this low is going to go. And maybe this is A, B, C, W, S, A, B, and then now it's going to look from the equal legs here, or related ratio, and then you're going to see how you're going to be creating a support feeble area around the 36.80, 90, that it should get a bounce from there, in my humble opinion. At least that's why the way structure is telling me. That around, look, 36.50 to 36.90 should find support the market and going higher. You put that trend line there. Look, 618 trend line. If we get there around this area, this is a trade. You buy at 36 something, looking for minimum 139. And that's the way I like. That's the area I like to sell it, 39, 40, 140, to see what happens. This was pretty fast, so the big wave, maybe it takes some time. But I see continuation to the downside, because it's a very powerful move. I see something like this. Let me see if I can get back. Not this one. 1 second. This move reminds me a lot of this move. Where is it? Where is it? One second. I think it's this one. There you go. You remember now, DV, right? Look, same scenario. A strong decline, no divergency. Three backs and the C way down. That's what I think is going to happen on the euro. No, I don't mind. I care less. But you see, Isa, I knew it. I remember that. Right here, I was screaming right here that this, David should remember this. I was screaming right here that this was a three-way move and that the euro is going to bounce. And everyone saying the world's going to come to the end. You remember, I remember. And look how powerful this move is. It comes from 147, because I remember right here, I remember, and Rafi should remember this. I got this move completely from here and to almost right here. Ask Zach. I don't know if Zach is here today. Zach, you remember? Yeah, Zach is there. Remember that we got that. I got that move. And right here, I was screaming and everyone saying, guys, you need to sell the euro. Guys, you need to sell the euro. And I got it completely in my personal account. And this looks very similar. Look, no divergency. I think you got a huge piece also right here, remember? But this move right now reminds me this. Look at the RSI, no divergency. No divergency right there. And I remember everyone counting like, oh man, this is an ending diagonal. This is a, I'm sorry, an extended phi, whatever. But at the end of the move, look, and a strong move, I think that this is what's going to happen on the euro. And the euro is going to go higher from 134. I believe so. I don't know. The euro has one thing, guys. When it's imports, it's imports. Let me see if I can find it. No, that's it. I don't have more data from there. Same move. Look, very powerful. Very powerful right here. It dropped from 44.40 to 41, 300 pips, but it was corrective. That doesn't mean that it's powerful. The euro does, look, this was a beauty fight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a beauty. That one was a beauty. This is a 5 also. 5, 3, 5. This is a 5 also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what I'm expecting, guys. I don't care. I care less. All I care is that I believe that we're going to get a recovery to 139.30, 139.40, and the euro should drop, in my opinion. Any question, guys? Okay, cable, same scenario, Rafi. I like more downside on cable. To be honest with you, I think that in cable, you should have as a risk, the risk in cable should be this one right here at 61.66 should be your risk in cable. And I believe that minimum cable is going to correct to 157, 150, 157, 156. And then from there, depends on what the dollar is going to do. Either this is A, I'm sorry, this is the alternative, the letter A of E, or this is the complete E. Now, small time frame. You have a questionable 5, a clear 3, and then you have to look at it that this can be either B already, or this can be W. When you have, and then 1, 2, 3, and it's going to test the trend line again around 161 and drop, or it's going to fall out of it. The euro pound needs to go higher, which is telling me that the euro is going to outrun the pound. So maybe pound, it won't rush, it won't move that much. You understand what I mean? That's maybe. I like a lower against this high, 61.66. Zach, oh, my friend, it's the same question. Let me explain to you. The whole market is at the same stage. Either, I believe that, to be honest with you, I don't know. It's very, very, because if you look at it, the euro is looking very similar to cable in structure-wise, send the lows on 2008, if you look at it. Let me open another chart. But before I answer your question, I would say lower to 57 or 56.10. If that scenario is going to be in play, the one that is that this is A of E in cable. Cable is lagging the euro strength, the dollar strength. It's been very strong. That's why you see the euro pound dropping. Now, if it's a whole, who knows, Rafi? That's what I've been telling you, my friend. That do not matter what it is, either this is A, E, or the euro. If that's the case, it's going to go to 54.79. Doesn't matter what it is, guys. Do not matter what it is. The message is this, that another round of selling is going to take place on risk, in my opinion. Don't worry about the numbers. I mean, I can wish sell the euro at 140 and goes to 114. That's my wish. It's going to make me happy. But that's like going to Disney World, don't you think? The only place that when the dreams become true is in Disney World. Reality is when you make money to your bank. And reality is telling you that at least one more leg down is going to happen. If the legs get legs, let's go to Disney. If they get, it goes to Disney with money on the bank. But you have to be careful and you have to be sure that you go to the bank. And the only way that you go to the bank is thinking that the next leg can get this scenario, because the worst can happen is that you get a 400 pick let down and the market eat your whole profit because you're thinking about Disney World. That's the way I trade. If it happen, happen. All I can tell you that there is the reality that it can happen. So you got to be ready. That's all I can tell you, my friend. No. there is no guarantee. Let me, I'll go to the car now again, Rafi. 1 second. Guys, give me 1 second here. I'm sorry guys, 1 second. This is cable, and if you take a look at cable and you take a look at that count and you take a look at this count, on the euro, they lose to be in the same stage, right? When this can be the complete E, or this can be, like in cable, the complete E. Both of them went to the 618 of D. Look, 618 of E and 618 of this move, which is D. So this can happen, or these two pairs, the euro and the cable, they are all right. S&P needs to break lower for this scenario to happen. You need 5 ways in the S&P for this scenario to happen. Now, my issue is that the S&P is the key. The dollar, yeah, the key is the S&P, because the dollar, if you take a look at the dollar, let me explain to you what I'm trying to say. Okay, this is the dollar. Let me put it in real time. The only scenario, the scenario out of the 3 scenarios in the dollar, the one that goes with that scenario, when those two pairs are in completed the E way, is the scenario when you are nesting in the dollar. You follow me? Now, in other words, the dollar is, let's say that the euro is ready to drop. Let's say that cable is ready to drop. Let's say that the dollar is ready to make the move. Guess what? All those 3, they are ready. You need S&P and oil to join the party. And S&P needs to make the 5 way from the top. That's my whole point. Otherwise, I can tell you this. If S&P negate the 5 and the S&P is going to go to 14, then the counts of the triangle in cable, triangle in the dollar, in the euro, that's not the principal count. Because then the dollar, you should move then the dollar to this scenario. Either to this one, or you have to move it to the diagonal. It's on the side. Let me see, what is it? I will move, if that's the case, I will move yet to the bullet, to the more bearish one. Let me see which one is this one. This is the bullish. I will move to the scenario when this is wave 4, because it makes, guys, a lot of sense. Also, something like this. When it's going to do something like this, and it's going to drop like this, and make it 5. Yeah, Rafi, there's 5 ways on the S&P, but that can be a flat, my friend. And then you have to move that to this scenario, then you end in here. And then this scenario is very possible also. When you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like the Norwegian krone supported pretty good. Right here you have 1, 2 to the 1.618. Right here you go to the 3802, and this high is the 3802. Very well supported scenario right there. Maybe we are still within the wave 3 of the ending diagonal. And then the S&P is going to go to 1400. That's possible. That's what I say. But don't worry. That's the issue that many traders have. You worry too much about crash, all that kind of stuff. Don't worry about it. A flat like this, look. The A from here, and then you got 3, 3, and maybe there was no truncation on the fifth way diagonal, and then you got 3, 3, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's a flat. That's a flat. And it bounced from the 76.4 of the A way. Maybe that's a flat. Who knows? Who knows? Nothing. And it goes to 1400 right here, which is the equal legs right here. These two legs, this count is valid. I don't know why people don't want to accept it. This count is very valid. Look, A and B and C equal right there. The C with the A equal. You see an ISA, right? Very equal right there. A flat in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A flat equal legs to 1400. There's nothing wrong with that count. Elliott Wave. But you need 5 ways here to call a secondary bet. Okay, Rafi, I'm going to go with you again. If you want to be bearish, be bearish. I'm bearish too. But for me being bearish, I need 5 waves from here. That's all I can tell you. Me too. What do you mean the comparison, Zach? What do you mean? I don't get it. What you mean? From here? It looks very similar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 back. Exactly. That's what James was telling this morning. It looks very similar. Listen, guys, that's my preferred count. But I need the 5 ways on the S&P. All the way, put in this way. So, because I don't know. Sometimes you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah, of course it is. They look very similar. I say that long ago also, that it was the same structure. I'm bearish the S&P. Bearish. All I'm trying to say is this. No matter if you're bearish, bullish, all you want, to call this a top, you need 5 ways from here. That's all that matters. It's so hard. I don't think that's that hard to understand. I don't want to open the other chart because it's when you see it better. But S&P needs to make a low. It's negating the low. That's the whole point right here. You guys understand why? You understand exactly what I'm trying to explain, right? No. Forget about the first 5 ways that are not pretty, Rafi. It needs to be 5 ways. That's exactly. So technically, that's what we see. We see the dollar ready to make the move. We see euro ready to make a move. We see we see everything ready to make a move. But we need a S&P to make the move. That's what I'm trying to say. And then this is the S&P, the mini S&P. For me, this is a three-way. So if this low should happen here, I will be the happiest guys in the world. Because I know that the big move's coming. All I'm trying to say to you guys is, you need to buy the dollar to either the C way of the big or a big move. That's not that hard to understand, in my opinion. I don't say you don't buy the dollar. I say buy the dollar, sell S&P. But this is a three-way in my book. Now, that I think that the dollar is going to get strong, yes. That you have to wait. Maybe S&P is nesting. Who knows? Like I say, everything is ready but the S&P. That's all I can say. And Rafi, the first way needs to be a five-way move. Do not need to be the prettiest one in the world, but needs to be a five-way move. I can prove it to you. Look, a first way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not the prettiest one, but it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Always is like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not the prettiest one, but needs to be a 5. 5 ways are 5 ways, no matter how you look at it. Any other question, guys? Cat? Yeah, 1 second. Let me get back to the other signal. One second. Okay. Now, the cat, like I said, Rafi, I like it higher. If I see the cat with another new high, I'm going to be the happiest guy in the world. So far, it's a 3 ways out of the lows. That's all I can tell you. I said, have you ever tried to put the S&P together over the cat? You're going to see that it's copycat inverse correlation. S&P, a 3-way. Cat, a 3-way. I want cat to make a new high. I want cat to do this. I want cat. And I'm going to be a buyer here. I love the dollar cat as a trade pair to trade. I was telling DV why. Because in cat, it's very easy to understand where the trend is. Because, look, it dropped that this is a contra trend move in the cat. There is no strong candle. Now, when you see that he goes with the trend, you see the candles. Look, where are the powerful candles? To the upside. Look, upside. That's how cat is. That's what I like it. So I would like to see this structure. Otherwise, I have to believe that cat is nesting. That's all I can tell you. So far, it's a 3-way. To the pit. 3-way, look. 1 to the 2618 right here. Let me see. Yeah. 1 to the 2618. 3802 from here. It's from here, I'm sorry. Almost 3802 right there. 5 equals 1 at the top. That's a 5-way move. Look. 5 equals 1 at the top. 5 cat is a 3-way move. Divergency, no a peak of divergency. Little bit, but that's part of this move. 3-way move on the cat. You can force it if you want to and do this, like the Singapore dollar did, a marginal new high, and call this 1. You can force that a little bit. You're gonna get more divergency on the 60 in the 30 minute, but that's no idea. Look, that's what you was telling me, DV, right? Something like this, like the Singapore dollar days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and then 5. But if you trace it from here, not even the 23.6. Yeah, I mean, calling swings, you can call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and beating possible. Yeah, it's possible. I don't deny it's not possible. Even though usually in time, wave 4 is bigger than wave 4 is bigger than wave 2, usually. But well, sometimes happens. Doesn't say that. I know cat is not the most liquid pair, and sometimes you get this type of older structures. But well, cat either 1, 2, 3, 5 and higher, know the idea were. So far, the only clear 5 ways is the New Zealand dollar. That's in cat. And the other question was the euro short time frame, like at 2 minutes. Let me put it right here. 1 second. You put it here. I mean, you want it from where, Zach? From here or from here? Okay, what do you mean 1300? Time-wise? Give me a price. From 130, 138.28 here? From here, right? Yeah. It looks like there is a 3-way here. Look, this is the computer. This is not me. You see? It's calling a 3-way move right here. You see? Even the computer got it right this time. A, B, Z. But I don't think that this is the case because you need this to incorporate this. But I'm calling it like this. Look. I got it right here. 3 ways. You're going to see let me see if it does the subdivision correctly. I don't agree with it. I think that this goes right here. And then this, for me, this is a 3-way move, my view. So I think so, and then Now, this is my preferred count from the lows there. When you have your A right here, and then the B way, I like it like this. Something like that. And then you have the B here. That should get like a 3680 area. And then from there, you go a little bigger. And then something like that, Zach, is what I like, to be honest with you. From here, I don't see it as an impulse. Look, let's go small, small, small. Why? You getting that? You getting a new low? I mean, let's see the computer how it's putting it. Look, it's labeled and imports it. There is divergency, so I wish that that had been the case. I wish. That's been saying all day that a 5-way from there is a gift. A new low is a gift. I don't know. I don't know. Let me show you something. If you go right here and it's in now, well, you can do it here. Let's put the RSI here. There is divergency. You see, there is a little divergency here. That is my preferred count. I would say no. But it's possible. I noticed a little while ago when I was doing that, I noticed the divergency there. Look. It is possible, yeah. Something like that. Or right here, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see the divergency right here. You see the divergency? So that's possible. Let me see the ratio 3 compares to 1. to the 2%. It's a very questionable. Let me see right here. 5 compared to 1 and 3. If you see, it's divergence in 1 minute. Don't know what to tell you right there, to be honest with you. If this is the end of 3, they're almost equal legs right there. If this is the end, don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you, my friend, right there. It's very big to be a wave 4, to be honest with you. That's my preferred count. Price holding and going to 39.25. Yeah, that's my preferred count, but I can be wrong. All I say is it's a toss right there. I don't know. But then this looks a 3-way also. Look. 1, 2. This looks a 3-way there. No. Okay, guys, any other question? It's been almost 2 hours. It looks like every time that we do a seminar late, always the same things. Yeah, Zach, I'll talk to you later then. Okay, guys, so let's leave it there. We're going to put the recording as soon as it's processed. It's going to take a while. Let's see what happens. Thanks.